So this is the vibration of source energy, of origin, of beginnings. So it's a holistic renewal. Now, a holistic renewal for you and me, listen up, because this is important. At least it's important to me because I'm doing it. It's a renewal of nutrition, oddly. Take a look at your nutritional habits and see what now has to be dropped away because it doesn't serve you anymore. And then nurture yourself a bit better. Somebody was sharing with me this morning, a dear, dear friend, who I was kind of explaining, geez, I've slipped back into that sort of sense of sadness again, to the point where I was wondering, geez, did something sad happen on the planet? What's happening? Why would I feel this? And she is so brilliant when it comes to herbs and things like that. She said, geez, Elaine, you may have a trace mineral a trace mineral deficiency, because that all sadness and trace mineral deficiency have an alignment. Well, if you've done any research with the food kingdom and the soil and the GMOs, etc., it would not surprise me if everyone in the United States has a trace mineral deficiency, because there is a permeating sense of sadness and sorrow. Well, maybe we're all just mineral deficient. If you need any information on that or wonder who this gal is that could provide such information, I have her name, rank, and serial number, and it is someone who has integrity, and I feel very comfortable in the knowledge base. And, if you need that, good. If you don't, okay, you don't need it. So as we weed through the jungle these days, it takes a little time to ferret out where's the integrity. Well, that was finding my dentist. It took some time, but it's so worth the effort. So part of this spiral on this whole new 260-day cycle, it has to do with thinking that we have been... People, I can't tell you how often people say to me, I'm a human being. I get a little crazy. I wish you were a human being. Number one, you think you're a human being, and that always comes with sort of a reductive, diminutive flavoring to it. If you were a human, a shade of being, boy, I would be delighted, because then I would look at you on some days when your being is a different hue. I could actually say, wow, you're orange today. Are you in a creative mode? Holy smokes, you're green. Are you healing? Wow, you're purple. Look at that. Your whole third eye can open up. What's cooking? So we've lost the fact that we're really, truly hues of beings, and we've become very obsessed with human doings. As a matter of fact, that's probably more appropriate. We're more humans doings rather than humans beings. And if you'll get back to your beingness, you have a whole lot to offer. And interestingly, that message of the day tapped right into this. You have more to offer than you couldn't even fathom it. As you're really the human being correctly, you actually glow. Your colors change. People see it. Your hair is stronger, if you still have hair. Your eyes twinkle. You stand up straighter. So it's through being that you shape your life experience, not through doing. And of course, Americans have become addicted to doing. As a matter of fact, to feed the addiction, hi, what are you doing? And we feed the addiction. So watch your words, okay? And as you find that beingness, you will feel larger, more expansive, okay? So the last day, the first and last day of the cycle that began 260 days ago was September 6th of 2016. If you can reflect for a little bit, don't do a whole lot of, hemming and hawing about it, but reflect on what was happening between September 6th, 2016 and May 23rd, 2017. Because here's where you can actually look at the spiral, because it's going to repeat itself perpetually. It's ongoing. However, you can at this time take a good look and drop what no longer corresponds to your upward mobility. Now, it's going to be yours to do. And it's, as you see what the heck happened for these days, review the journey. Look at the inner and outer. Because we actually went through 9 galactic moons. And reflect on it. And take this last day before the new cycle to integrate all that you have realized, learned, and experienced. And honor and thank all that you have undergone in the last 260 days. I have a couple of dear friends. They've undergone such physical initiations to be almost overwhelming. But learn from it, realize it, honor it. The big thing is honoring it and see where you have grown to. What have you had to let go of because of situations that you've been in? Have you had to let go of beliefs about your healing? Have you had to let go of relationships? Some of you have had to let go of your belief about money and finances. Some of you have had to let go of your houses. Not necessarily in a way you were forced to, but in a way that time to go. It's time to evolve and spin upward. So I'm going to really encourage you to take the rest of this day, take this time and space to really get that sense of profound intimacy and take that intimacy to support your new cycle. Nobody's going to do it for you. And this restart or recalibration, it does offer you an invitation. Now, the way they put it, an invitation to forgive your mistakes and inadequacies of the past cycle. Well, that's all well and good, except I take exception to that. All right, and here's why. I think you have an invitation to breathe better and expand more and to let go. I'll give you that. But the word forgive, if you'll get a copy of my spiritual law under the law of forgiveness, forgive actually means give for. Give up your old for the new. We actually had it backwards. So much on this planet is like a hall of mirrors. Things are distorted and backward. So it's a case of, look you have an invitation to give up your old for new. And when they say mistakes, now they have put it in parentheses, in quotation marks, and inadequacies, I take exception with that as well, simply because with my great appreciation and greater clarity of non-duality, truly there have been no mistakes. And you haven't been inadequate. Worst case scenario, you've opted to operate with like low wattage in the rooms that you're in. So my contention is turn the wattage up, turn the bulb up, turn the light on. So I can't for the life of me tell you that the is ever inadequate or has ever made a mistake. Presence awareness is pure source energy, and there's only one. So you can't split it, you can't deny it. It's just one. So get into your oneness, get back into that sense of, this is the brand new moment. With a great sense of innocence, pull up your innocence again. Innocence does not mean you've lost your virginity. It does not mean that. Innocence means you can really look at that butterfly and invite it to land on your finger and appreciate the pulsing of its wings and, the simplicity of looking at the grass and telling it how beautiful it is and that you appreciate its growing. So all of these things in their simplicity, they bring a sense, they restore wholeness to you. That's what it does. It restores your understanding of your wholeness. We've had to travel very far from that point of innocence that we're born with. And it was naturally so, and it's not a bad thing. The innocence of a child is beautiful. It's so fresh and sticky fingers and happy little hugs and sticky kisses. Beautiful. And then when that starts to dissipate around the age of 6, and then you spin more into learning about the whys and wherefores and the minefields of life, eventually you drop the minefields and you learn once again of the innocence and the simplicity. And that's where I believe that those of you who would be drawn to listen to this kind of show, you'd be either right there or certainly ready to approach it, because the other gets so worn out and exhausting. So this red magnetic dragon's energy of tomorrow, it brings you back to the beginning. And the beginning is remembering. So almost like figure your head has been detached, your arms are thrown out onto the wilderness, and now everything gets reattached. 2, understanding that there's one and you're it. You are that. You are that which you are seeking, and that's just the only thing there is. And I know, because I put in a lot of effort this weekend with, okay, but this is coming at me. Yep. And I would drop it. And then this. It's almost like a very fast, volleyball game or something where the balls are coming at you too fast sometimes. But still, you can stand in the silence and remember it. So the red dragon of tomorrow gives you the ability, and I not only the ability, it is a fresh start. So take it as you want. You are refreshed, reborn, recalibrated, and it's a mindfulness thing or a mindless thing, whichever way you want to look at it. In my mind anymore, I'm trying to become mindless. Less mindful and more mindless. I'm out of the mind these days. Which is really good, because people have always thought I've lost my mind. And now I can happily say, you got it. I did. It's fantastic. So if any of you want to comment on any of that or have any questions, now's your time with an open line, 321-806-3159. 321-806-3159. If I didn't put you all to sleep with my droning on here. Okay, so, going up that spiral, the big deal about it is more and more you will have the opportunity to step out of duality. Now, that being said, I was getting back this weekend for many reasons, once again into the I Ching or I Ching, depending on which part of the country you're from and how you like to hear it pronounced. But that book, and I began to search more deeply into some of the materials I have about it, and it led me back to the Tao Te Ching. Now, the Tao Te Ching was written 500 years before the I Ching. And the I Ching was written before Feng Shui, and Feng Shui stands on the I Ching. And the I Ching was certainly written well before what stands on it now, which is your computer. So I do have a caller. Hi there.
Hi, Elaine?
Yes.
It's Linda calling from Arizona.
Hello, Linda from Arizona, that I have guilt over my eyeballs that I haven't returned your call.
Oh, no. Remove it, quick.
Okay,
fast.
fine. But I'm thinking of you.
I feel that.
Okay, good.